You need to speak up.
I'll need to speak louder. Okay, I'll do that. So so it's good that we have posted. So later on, for now I'm gonna explain something, and after that you grab the posts and discuss with each other. So it's a workshop, by the way. So the setting is as follows. It's Amazon. Okay, I'm a product owner at Amazon, and a product owner for the website. So to ensure that we sell as many books as possible. Okay, I happen to be also a sales guy, sales manager, and who decides what to put on the front page of the Amazon. Okay, so so there is already a front page, and there is books being sold on the front page, and sometimes I see that after a long time the book is not. Some books are not being sold properly, not good enough. Okay, and so I want to actually sometimes put a book at a front page to make it sell much better, because people can find it more easily. Okay, so right now I find it way too late that I actually should have put some book on the front page. I just don't have this information. Okay, so the idea is follows. I happen to be also technical as a product owner, and you are, by the way, my teams. So you need to you're gonna pair up and create kind of like 3 groups, and you need to help me actually figure out how to solve this problem. So what's the problem? I want to know how many books are being sold right now, more or less, in the past 20 minutes. So I can immediately jump onto the front page and say, I want to put this book on the front page. Okay. So what I want to have a graph, and so this graph has lines that represents, this one line represents one specific book, and this is time, okay, and this is number of books. And so if the line goes up, it means that the more books are being sold in the past minute or something. Okay. So and there could be another line, and I could watch 5 to 10 those lines. There's another book. Okay, and I see a few of those books. Clear? Okay. So where is this information coming from? So what you have is message box is a queue, okay, message queue, and so what comes here are the XML messages. Whenever a book is being sold, so each book that's being sold, there's an XML message box here. So there is for each XML message, there's a whole bunch of information, like authors, description, ISBN number, and so on and so on. Okay, so this is given. This exists. So as a product owner, I would like to have a nice system, okay? So a nice product which is going to take these messages, do something with it, and make this nice graph. Okay, by the way, there are 20,000 messages per second. Okay, how many techie people here? Yeah, quite a few. Good. Also, I know data warehousing. I like data warehousing. Okay, as a product owner, because that was my background. So I would like to have a nice data warehouse here, and where I can do historical extrapolation, etc., etc. Okay, so let me recap. What's my problem? The problem is that I don't know currently how many of the specific books are being sold. That's my problem. And I would like to know that. Why do I want to know that? So that I can decide what to put on the front page. Front page is not a problem, that's already taken care of. I just need this information, I don't have it. Yeah. Good. So, yeah?
Do you want to like switch books, or what is your goal? You want to, like, if one book is selling more, you want to put another book, or what?
Yes, yes. So, for example, I've been, let's take an example. New Harry Potter came out. And so one Harry Potter that's you don't have to put it on the front page. People can find it, it's very popular, etc. But there's another one which has it's very difficult to search for it because it has a very unusual name. So if you don't put it on the front page, the people don't find it. It's simple as that. They think it's not available. Yeah. So in that case, you might want to. Based on what do I do that? Depends. So there's going to be all kinds of information from a public, like I expect certain book to sell a lot, and it for some reason doesn't sell, and I want to experiment with that. But I need this information to be able to experiment. More questions? Okay, so what you do is you create groups of 3 people, and what I would like to have from each of you, each group, 3 people, is items that you, or what you can deliver after one sprint. You have 2 weeks. Okay, you have a 2-week sprint, and I want to have something obviously usable. Okay, and so you need to produce, you need to figure out what you can deliver as a team. You are agile teams. I heard after 2 weeks you're done. Okay, and so I have something I make money. It's simple as that. So you need to figure out what you can deliver at the end of 2 weeks. Now comes the catch, or not really the catch. So it has to be realistic. I mean, right now, all you have is messages. The rest doesn't exist. Okay.
1,000 per second.
1,000 per second also. 2 weeks. You need to produce something which is, what can you produce at the end of the sprint? So what you need to do is you figure out what can be delivered at the end of 2 weeks, and also how are you going to do that? So each 3 people, that should have at least 1 technical person, I think. Otherwise you merge it slightly more. Is it clear? Okay, so you need to discuss that, and after some time, let's take 15 minutes. So after 15 minutes, you come back, and then you're going to tell me what exactly you're going to give to me, and how you're going to solve a problem for me. I'm the product owner. And also you need to be certain that you can do it. And so you will also, then I'm going to just swap this hat and say, okay, how are you going to do it? Because I'm also technical, so we can talk about it. Is it clear? Okay. Just find the groups. And you have 2 tables here, also table here also. Let me use, I don't know, a book, some kind of a philosophy book with a very difficult German name, and so people cannot find it. And but it's very, very popular in US because Oprah Winfrey has talked about it, but because Americans really don't know how to spell the German names, they cannot find the whole bloody book. And so I don't know if that's the case or not. It's a hypothesis. And so I would like to actually figure out whether my hypothesis is correct. So I choose the book and I say, give me the information of how good it's selling in the past 50 minutes. Oh shit, it's not selling at all, but it should be because Oprah just announced that. And they just can't find it. Let's put it on the front page. Is that a good example?
So you do not care about more than 15 or 20 minutes?
Oh, I do. I would like to have the whole lifetime.
Oh, that's the advanced talk.
We know that we don't really use
Is that something
We do this?
Yeah, that's
First 2 weeks. Yes, because you already have a query. You already have some way to know what books have been sold and the amount, but not yet a graph, and not yet the versatility.
all we need to know is 2 weeks.
Yeah. Questions?
No, we know. It's all we need to know is 2 weeks. So we know.
Let's try to come as close as possible because of the noise. So bring the seats and stuff or stand or whatever.
as close as possible.
I thought you wanted something. Good. To give you a kiss. Okay.
Yeah.
So one group. Who would like to start? So the first question that you need to answer is, what are you going to give me at the end of the 2 weeks? One sprint.
A beer.
A beer?
A headache.
But it's a fast beer.
What?
We would give you the possibility to query, do a basic query of the list of books sold and the number sold over a period of time. No graph, but a basic query, command line kind of query.
Okay. So I can put a query such as, for example, I want to see whether this book or these books are how much of this. So is that what you mean?
Yes, as long as you know SQL.
Okay, yeah, that's a bit.
No. As long as you know, as long as you can write start time, end time. You get the list of books and the number sold.
Okay. Yeah, it's a user friendliness is, but it
It's
works.
slow, but
Yeah.
it's fun.
That's a okay. Good. Next one. Here, go ahead.
So first sprint, we'll show you one book, sales for one book which is in the front page, and one book which is not in the front page. Go ahead.
That's
No,
what we
no,
agreed
no.
upon.
No,
The short
go ahead.
answer
Yeah,
there
go
is
ahead,
we are going to give you a hell of a lot of insights because we do a hell of a lot of ABC.
So we will do like R, so that we will rotate each. Yeah, we will rotate each book for a second, maybe so iterations, and let's play with the numbers to measure how the visibility on this first page will affect this thing in the code. So
Okay,
we
now
will
get
know.
back to the reality. Can I use that to change the front page or not? With the real data.
Yes, and
Immediately after
you even
doing-
don't need this graph.
So what exactly am I getting? Exactly. Insights. It doesn't compile. So I want to know. I want to have a data information.
So results of our experiments.
Results of experiments.
The concept is to see the correlation between the front page display and the sales. So basically the idea is to run several. So instead of giving you the power of changing kind of thing, we're going to give you information how does the displaying one book on the first page will affect the sales. And based on that, you will know how many books are being sold, depending on if the book is displayed on the front page or not.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know I had that problem.
Sorry?
I didn't know I had that problem. So
We didn't know either, but we get more data. We got more data, like Ruben said. We're going to get some insight.
what happened to my actual problem? So I would just like to know how many books. It's simple, right?
No, you said something different to us. You want to sell more.
Yeah.
That's what you
That's
said.
what I want to do with that information.
You
But I want to
already
know
know
how many books. That's the
you
actual
are selling.
problem.
You already know how many books you are selling.
No.
Just multiply 20,000K or 10,000K for a number of seconds in a day. You will know, just simple multiplication.
No, I need to know it per book. So I specify this is 20,000 all books that all sold on Amazon. So I need to know for one or a couple of specific books how many books I have. Okay, it's clearly we don't understand each other, or in other words, don't understand the problem. What? Yes. Last group?
So we came up with what you won't get is the data for all the books in the past. So we will start in 2 weeks, but you will get the data triggered by the sale, and you will get a separate list of all starting in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All the sold books that we can visualize in a similar way that you can find an individual book and how the sales currently is performing.
You want to display all books?
No, only the ones that you think should sell and are not selling.
Okay, so I can choose a book.
Yes.
Say, I get
You
that
have to
information.
choose.
Okay, so how's that going to look like?
You enter an ISBN number
Yes. And then?
and you see the data.
Yeah, where? In the graph?
We are not sure about the graph, but
Not in graph.
maybe you will see it only in a different visualization.
Okay. Alright, it seems like you, like the first group, you kind of understand the problem and also solve the problem, so good. So, okay, now let's go one by one. How are you going to do that? 2 weeks, remember. Now I switch the heads and we talked about the technology. Okay, how are you going to do it? The first group.
Yes, so we assume there's a queue with a topic on that where you have a record for each transaction.
Yes.
What we want to do in the first phase is listen to that queue and write to an S3 bucket.
Yeah.
So make sure that we can follow the pace,
Yes.
and then query that S3 bucket
Where is the history back? Where is it physically?
on Amazon.
Oh, in storage, actual
AWS,
storage.
storage on in the cloud on AWS. It's not yet the data warehouse. That will be afterwards.
Okay. Okay, good. So, what kind of parser are you going to use?
A Lambda function.
Okay, so you're gonna parse all the message, the complete message here, all the messages.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many CPUs do you need to go parse, only parse, 20,000 messages per second? A lot.
A lot.
A lot, right, okay, good. So that's already gonna fail. It becomes a massive failure if you start to store it anyway. Because storing 20,000 messages change, it's just gonna explode, unless you have something really expensive. So 2 weeks, forget about it. Right?
It depends on the queue technology. If you have, if you can put a Lambda, a Kafka there, or a Kinesis, then you can.
I'm not talking about the queue. I'm talking about when you pick up out of the queue and it processes the message. So the parser.
Yeah, that's why there you need for the parser you need something that can write very quickly.
Absolutely. But what you mentioned ain't gonna work.
Okay.
Let's move to the next one. Second one. How are you gonna do it? I'm not sure what you're gonna do. Okay. Third group. How are you gonna do it? So we will have you have advantage, remember, because you're a third group. You're already picking up the clue, so I'll not do it.
Well, actually, we were thinking about similar technology, like some message bus, Rabbit and Q, for example.
Yeah.
Maybe Kafka, doesn't matter.
Okay.
When you pull the message from the queue, you process it, but we only need ISBN and number of books sold.
One XML message is one book sold.
Okay. So we need to extract ISBN number, and we will increase counters. So we will keep counters, say, by 5 minutes period in Rabbit, in Redis, for example, or in some memcache, some fast memory storage.
Not I/O.
No, in memory storage. And whenever you receive a message, you can increase it, and we can handle them asynchronously using asynchronous patterns.
How are you going to present it?
In plain data, so we already have read model, like period of time and counter, and we will just display it in this form,
Shell or something. Terminal.
in terminal. Yeah.
So,
that's right.
very good thinking, but obviously the advantage of a third group. Anyway, but you got it what idea. So how many lines of code do we need to parse a message? One regular expression. Very good, regular expression. Was it going to work on a single CPU? Probably, not an issue. Multi-core, blah, 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 no problem. So, what happens to data warehouse? Nothing, right? Because that's not a problem. There is none. Yeah. What how many lines of code do you need to actually store it properly in the memory? You want a proper design, remember? How many lines of code? Not even that. I mean, why the memcache is a bit too complicated thinking. Just put a stateful variable down. Okay, so how many lines of code do you need to present it?
Do we have to write, or how many lines of code do we?
Well, in the terminal, if you dump it, couple lines. So including all the testing. Okay, unit testing, functional testing, all the bloody testing, etc. Because you want to do properly. There's no compromise of quality. How many lines of all together is it? 100? Yeah, something like that, right? How many hours do you need to build that? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Because we got 2 weeks. That's right. It could be probably done in a way shorter time, right? You solve the problem. So to wrap it up a bit, what's going on? We have lots of bias, and especially techie people. So it seems an advantage to have a techie person in the group, but quite often it's not. Because the first and foremost in a refinement, in a solving the problems, is that you focus on the problem and go completely into an understanding problem before talking about any kind of a solution. So this is exercise to manifest, to demonstrate the difference between a problem space and a solution space. Okay, so product owners very often, when they explain what they want, and especially when you ask them what they want, they will talk about all kinds of stuff which has nothing to do with the problem.
Good question. In the beginning we had some questions to the PO because to exactly understand your problem. How much of or how important was for you the part of the 20,000 messages per second, which is a technical problem, that we actually understand that as well?
Yeah, so I used to have this, remove this information completely. And then what ended up when I do this exercise, that all teams completely fail. So what happens is that it just becomes too easy to end up in the solution space. So people don't understand the problem, don't understand the context, and they jump into the how we're going to resolve it without realizing it's impossible to resolve with this kind of data. They just don't ask the question. So they think about all kinds of what do you want and stuff without actually understanding the constraints and what is the problem. The constraints and the problem is the key information. And so you should be spending time in refinement about the constraints and the problem, not about what they want, what is wanted, what kind of features or whatever it is. That's irrelevant information. And so I added this in the last number of times. Why? Because every team fails always. And so now I have a bit more chance that some will succeed. In your case, kind of did. So it forces you to think like, oh, wait a minute, we need to... and the second thing what happens is they're thinking too complicated. So what happens when you end up fast in a solution space without understanding the problem is that we make assumption that since we don't know that much, you do realize that, because we just barely have a conversation, you do realize that you don't understand the problem fully, you assume that the problem must be more complicated in the long run, so you have to do it properly. Okay, so we start to introduce all kinds of technological bullshit. Microservices, I don't know what. Yeah. So we don't spend time understanding the problem. Hence, we start to jump into solution. Hence, we start to think complicated. And most common problem in your case didn't happen that much. Actually, did. So the thinking in I/O. So we are extremely. This is a very common bias that IT systems always have a database. And if you're dealing with the data, there must be a database. This is such a common bias. So most of the mistakes being made is assuming that you need a database. But it's clearly there's no need. So some people say, yeah, but what if this crashes? You start it up again. Okay? There's no issue because I'm only interested in 50 minutes. I don't care about anything beyond that. Yeah. And then the last point, and we can then questions. So that is never ask a PO or users especially what do you want. Never ask that. So because it's not a shopping mall. It's not a restaurant. You're solving problems. That's what we're here for. And so, if you don't focus on a problem, you are too likely to end up in a expensive solutions, actually, which might not even actually solve the original problem. So, what do you ask? What do you then ask for? You ask what is exactly the problem that we are solving, and getting very deep into that. So you did quite okay, actually, to be honest, compared to many other groups. And few agile coaches. Yeah, pretty okay. But normally teams end up completely stuck and don't understand the problem whatsoever. And so I find this very useful exercise for the teams to teach them to actually realize how important it is to stay in the problem space.
Another question. Yeah. What's the most complex problem that you have given to a group like that, for an example?
Most complex problem?
Do you always stick with fishing export data or something?
Yeah, I use this example for a long time.
Have you actually thought about like
more complex
more tricky ones?
Yeah, but it's in my view, it would actually even more likely to end up they get stuck.
Definitely,
yeah.
Which is why I'm asking if you have a good
example. Yeah, so for now, I like this example. It's simple enough to have people get to jump into this bias already. So I prefer to have the simplest possible. Otherwise, you spend too much time explaining the problem. Even with this one, I mean, the problem is quite simple, right? But you do realize how much time we spent actually me explaining the problem. I think I repeated 5 times in different ways. I get an example, another example. I just want to have a number of books. That's it. That's the problem. Questions? What do you think about it?
Some of them are more genuinely supportive of it, and many of them are less. And as John Thomas
I've seen it in real life.
There are different
things. Like, you know, I've been a product owner and had other developers. Oh yeah, it's gonna take like 2 weeks and this and that, and then like I've actually asked one question. Next thing you know, like either we brought it into the sprint and finished it in an hour.
Yes.
Right. Or so I mean I think it's legit. It's a fairly real life example.
Yes. So there's a very common correlation to this. When you introduce creative feature teams and you say in 2 weeks you're supposed to deliver a proper real item, end-to-end, customer-centric, the number one remark from especially techie people, especially architects, is you cannot possibly deliver this in 2 weeks. So we cannot split this up because you need to touch all this stuff. So what I found out, it's really that very common that it's just simply bias in thinking very complicated. And this is a way to demonstrate it.
So what do you recommend to help with the problem? Like techniques, questions? Like
yeah, so the one which I mentioned, never ask what, spend significant amount of time on a problem. So it's perfectly fine to spend lots of time, depending on the context, it could be actually that you spend 1 or even 2 days to talk about the problem, especially in the beginning. Initial product backward definement is just the purpose of it. Depending on the context, could spend significant time. I never make it efficient. So don't make problem discovery efficient. So that's
so I think for our team, one of the we all spent a lot of time discussing what the problem was.
Yeah.
What do you suggest to teams that disagree with what the problem was with the product owner? Do you like the team disagree with the product owner on what the actual problem is?
Yes.
What do you advise the team to do?
Oh, that's a very good situation to be in. I mean, we kind of have it we had it with one group, so that was actually good. The last group was there, kind of a challenge. Yeah, but is that the problem and stuff? Which is a good discussion to have. Very good discussion to have. And so encouraged to continue that. Because the reason why team challenging that, because they don't understand what's the point of solving that problem, and they might find that a different problem is a more important one. Very common. I've seen that in Port of Rotterdam. At some point, when the majority really increases, I see this happening, and I encourage that to keep happening. The more, the better. So we just need to make sure that's a constructive discussion, that it's not a meaningless conflict.
Requisitions go out there at a very low quality, and it attracts even lower quality. It's a vicious cycle.